It's Subway Series Part 2. The 4 trains pulling up to 161st Street and River Avenue. Both Yankees and Met fans making their way into the ballpark here in the Bronx. And it is time for baseball as the Yes Network presents New York Yankees baseball. It's the New York Yankees against the New York Mets, the first game of a 2-game set from Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, New York. Hello, everybody, and welcome to Yankees baseball. Along with David Cohn, I'm Michael Kay. While the Yankees salvaged the final game of a 4-game set against the Toronto Blue Jays, they got a much-needed win by a score of 4-2 yesterday in the Bronx. And right in the middle of it, two of the newest Yankees, and the front office has to love that. Yeah, I've been waiting for a while for Andrew Benintendi to kind of reintroduce himself to the short porch at Yankee Stadium. We saw this a few times when he's a member of the Red Sox. First time we've seen it in pinstripes, and it couldn't have come at a better time for the Yankees' purposes. Certainly right on time for Benintendi. And then, of course, how about this relief job? Goose Gossage is smiling somewhere. You get 7 outs, an old-school save, or actually a win for Mr. Trevino. An outstanding job. Probably puts him on the shelf tonight, but he was much needed yesterday. And the reason they needed him, Scott Efros, not available. His shoulder was barking, and he's placed on the 15-day IL today with a minor right shoulder strain. And the Yankees called up Clark Schmidt, who's been doing a pretty good job as a starter at AAA Scranton. Well, speaking of pitching, the pitching matchup today is kind of interesting. On the Yankee side, you're going to get Domingo Germán, and on the Mets side, you're going to get a future Hall of Famer, Max Scherzer. Scherzer in 17 starts, 9-2, 2.15. And since coming off the IL, David, I know it's strange to say this, he might be worth his $43.5 million. Every penny. I mean, you think about a guy who's 38 years old who has not missed a step at all, and coming back from that IL, really pitching deep into the games as well. He's the type of pitcher that doesn't need a lot of run support. He can give you a chance to get the lead early, and he will take over a game. He can be a dominant force out there because he's a strikeout pitcher, but he also can pitch deep into the games. And as I said before, pretty remarkable for a guy that's now 38 years old. 9 starts since coming off the IL, a 1.82 ERA. You see, he averages 6.59 innings per start. Opponents at 207 against him. Rings up 75 strikeouts against just 9 walks. Well, the Yankee offense has been struggling, particularly the guy who's been the linchpin of the entire offense, and that's Aaron Judge, in his first extended slump of the season. Meredith Marakovitz spoke with Aaron Boone. We'll hear what he had to say when we get back right here on Yes.
Their crosstown rivals, the New York Mets. The Yankees offense continues to try to find their way, and it certainly is not going to be easy tonight with Max Scherzer on the mound. Hey everyone, I'm Meredith Marakovitz. Max Scherzer has dominated a lot of lineups throughout Major League Baseball this season, and he has found a way to figure out Aaron Judge. First time these two faced each other this season, Aaron Judge struck out 3 times. Also, he's in a little bit of a skid of his own. He has been fantastic all season long, but the last 9 games, just a 133 batting average, no homers, and 2 RBI. But Aaron Boone is far from concerned when it comes to Aaron Judge.
I don't think he's far off at all. I bet there's a handful of pitches he's gotten to hit to do some damage with that he's fouled off. There's been a couple he's probably put on the ground, you know, where he's hit a really hard ground ball instead of getting that ball on a line or elevated. But I feel like he looks really close to me. And, you know, so I think with him, it's the case of the ebb and flow of, like, you're going to have a week where you aren't Superman.
It's hard to argue with the success that Aaron Judge has had this season. 46 homers, 102 RBI. He is hitting second in tonight's order and playing center field. Plenty more to come here on the Yes Network. When we get back, Michael Kay will be joined by David Cohn. First pitch coming your way after the break.
Official hot tee of the Yankees, 76 degrees. Feels a little bit hotter. Chance of rain, 32%. Humidity is high at 82%. The wind out of the southeast at 6 miles per hour. And the Yankees take the field here at the stadium for Game 3 of the 4 total games in the Subway Series. Brandon Nimmo is ready and waiting to go after Yankee starter Domingo Germán. Let's take a look at the Mets starting lineup. Brought to you by TikTok. TikTok taught me. Brandon Nimmo in center field will lead off. Starling Marte in right. Francisco Lindor, the shortstop, hits third. Cleaning up first baseman Pete Alonso. Daniel Vogelbach, the DH, will bat 5th. Batting 6th, second baseman Jeff McNeil. Mark Canha in left field will bat 7th. Batting 8th and playing third base is Brett Beatty, and James McCann will catch, and he's going to bat 9th.
Coming right at you in your living room. You want to hit a big league pitcher? That's what it looks like. Or if you want to be a big league umpire, that's what it looks like. Take your pick. I think I'd rather be a pitcher. No offense to the umpires. But Domingo Germán is the guy who's towing the slab in the Boogie Down Bronx tonight. This will be his 7th start. You can see the numbers have progressively gotten better, especially his command, although he has given up 4 home runs. In our scouting report, the improved command is the top line, and his style of pitching right now is more of a keep him in the game style. You get through 5 innings, maybe 6. Aaron Boone would be very happy, and I think his better curveball that he's shown over his last couple of starts is a key for him to get a little bit deeper in the games and swing and get a little more swing and miss as well.
All right, let's take a look at the defense behind him, brought to you by your local Tri-State GMC dealers. Benintendi's in left, Judge in center, and Marwin Gonzalez made a great play in the first inning yesterday. He's in right. Infield, Donaldson back at third. Connor Falef at short. Oswaldo Cabrera gets started second. Gleyber Torres gets the night off. Anthony Rizzo at first. Jose Trevino behind the plate, catching Domingo Germán. So far we have dodged the rain that was predicted for today, and it looks like we'll be able to get this one in, starting on time, which is outstanding. Nimmo is ready. Germán is ready. And let's do it here in the Bronx. First pitch, a strike. We're underway. Lance Barrett is the home plate umpire. Alfonso Marquez at first. Ramon De Jesus at second. Dan Merzel is over at third. Fouled away. Let's get the scouting report on the home plate umpires. Pitcher friendly. 13th big league season. He calls more high strikes and more low strikes.
You know my theory. He's a former pitcher. You almost invariably look at these umpires. If they're pitcher friendly, their amateur career was as a pitcher. Just a theory.
Or maybe they were a hitter and those are the pitches they couldn't hit.
Well, that's see, you are a contrarian, but yes, that's possible.
And the 0-2. And Nimmo gets hit, so he'll take first. All right, David, let's look at the keys to the game, brought to you by your local Kia dealers.
Well, really, the first 2 points on the Yanks strikeouts and the Mets contact are in reference to the pitcher. Scherzer's a strikeout guy against the Yankees lineup, and see how that plays out. And then on the other end, the Mets are a high contact team. They put it in play against Domingo Germán, who's not really a strikeout pitcher. And at this point, I think the bullpen advantage goes the Mets' way. Edwin Diaz is having a historically great season, especially in terms of his strikeout rate.
So Nimmo seems like he's okay, and that'll bring up Starling Marte. Marte's having a really good year for the Mets. First year with them, signing as a free agent. Mets just took 3 out of 4 from Philadelphia with a surprising victory yesterday, where it looked like they were punting on the game because of a pitching shortage, but they came back to win. There's a strike. The Yankees lost 3 out of 4 to Toronto. Mets are 79-44. The Yankees are 74-48. Grounded to third. This could be 2. There's 1 on to first. A double play.
It is absolutely a beautiful thing if you're a pitcher, and those hard ground balls go right at him for around the horn. Plenty of time for Josh Donaldson to turn it. Good throw. Oswaldo in the rocking chair at second base.
Here is Francisco Lindor. Having a really good season. He's always hit the Yankees well. 324, 10 home runs against the Yanks. And there's a strike. Met manager Buck Showalter has said it's an honor to watch Francisco play every day. Popped up on the left side. Donaldson, a long run, but back in the seats.
You get the feeling that Buck Showalter has never been around a group like this, especially Francisco Lindor, who will play around with him, mess up his hair when he comes out for pitching changes. Try to keep Buck loose is a hard thing to do.
The 0-2 upstairs. Growing pains last year in Lindor's first year with the Mets. He said life was a little faster for me last year. Not just on the field, he also became a dad, but he's much more comfortable with Showalter and in the Met uniform. I didn't know he had that many pitches.
Yeah.
1-2. Grounded to Donaldson. And that'll do it here in the first. No runs, no hits, and because of the double play, nobody left. Yankees coming to bat. Rizzo knows Max Scherzer very well, but he's out of the dugout despite batting third this inning. Just get a closer look at the veteran righty. Let's take a look at the entire Yankees starting lineup, brought to you by TikTok. TikTok taught me. Andrew Benintendi, the hero from yesterday, he'll play left and lead off. Aaron Judge in center, Anthony Rizzo at first. DJ LeMahieu will clean up MDH. Josh Donaldson at third. Oswaldo Cabrera, the second baseman, bats sixth. Batting seventh, the catcher, Jose Trevino. Isaiah Canafalefa, the shortstop, bats eighth. And batting ninth, and playing right field, the switch hitter, Marwin Gonzalez.
That is Max Scherzer. And if you don't know, you better ask somebody. That's all I got to say about that guy. Got two different color eyes, too. It's freaky when he looks at you. But the pitcher scout report, obviously the milestone alert, he's got 199 wins career-wise, looking for 200 tonight. Also, he's tied with Pedro Martinez for 13th on the all-time strikeout list. So one strikeout tonight, he gets into 12th place alone. And the rest of it kind of speaks for itself. He's 38 years old. There's no signs of slowing down. And yes, when he retires at the 5-year point, he's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
38 years old, 15th big league season. The 1-1. And did that get Benintendi? Yes, it did. So he'll take first. Too early for payback for hitting Nimmo.
Nimmo was a breaking ball on the back foot. It just doesn't make a lot of sense. I think he's trying to come in. He just yanks it. A couple of yank pitches. He's trying to cut that ball. Has some cut spin. It just chases Benintendi. And right there, it's thank you very much. Leadoff guy on base.
Take a look at the Mets defense, brought to you by your local Tri-State GMC dealers. Canna, Nimmo, Marte, left to right in the outfield. Beatty, Lindor, McNeil, and Alonso, third to first. Veteran James McCann behind the plate, catching Max Scherzer. Here's Aaron Judge. Has not had a home run in 9 games. And there's a strike. In fact, Aaron has 4 hits in his last 31 at-bats, and he's sporting a .278 on-base percentage.
He's getting pitched very toughly by a lot of pitchers nowadays, and he's also missing some pitches too.
And Aaron Boone said that. He said when this started, he said even before this started, they were giving him the Bonds treatment. He said now he's getting pitches to hit that he's missing every now and then. He said, but they definitely started to pitch him differently.
Yeah, I mean, the key is for Aaron Judge to come up more often with men on base. Puts more pressure on the pitcher, and right here is an ideal spot with Benintendi on.
1-2. Why do you want men on base? Well, the Genesis League leaders tells you why. He is tied with the guy at first base, Pete Alonso, for the most ribbies in the game. 1-0-2. Swing and a miss. Chased a slider. Judge down on strikes.
Well, this strikeout will move him into sole possession of 13th on the all-time strikeout list, now with 3,155. Next in line is Fergie Jenkins, who's number 12 on that list with 3,192, and Max Scherzer will probably catch him this year before it's over.
So that'll bring up Rizzo. Foul back. I'm walking through the Met clubhouse before the game, Dave. I had a little bit of a flashback to when you were an active pitcher. There was Max Scherzer in the hallway, just casually talking with Joel Sherman and John Heyman, not stressing out that he was going to start, not putting a wall around himself. He seemed very relaxed.
I love that. Sometimes starting pitchers can work themselves into a frenzy a little too early. You waste energy that way. Better to be loose, relax your mind, and then when it's time to get your game face on, you have plenty of time.
Leaning was Benintendi, but a bad throw by Scherzer saved an error. Did Alonso. I think he was going to make a courtesy throw and then saw how far off he was.
He almost got spiked. See Benintendi's hand right there. You don't want to get spiked by the polar bear. That would hurt.
Oh, 1. Served into left field. It's a base hit over the leaping try of Beatty. Here comes Benintendi going to third. He'll make it. It's a little looping hit for Rizzo, and the Yankees have runners on the corners and 1 out.
Little changeup off the end of the bat. Nice job by Rizzo just to stay with it just enough to find the outfield grass, as you see right off the end of the bat, and a great read by Andrew Benintendi, because at this point that's the third baseman trying to make that play, and there's nobody over there, nobody home. You see Benintendi look, he sees it. He can beat Max Scherzer at this point. So Benintendi's an excellent base runner and a great read right there.
So here is LeMahieu, once again batting cleanup in the order. First and third, 1 man out. Mets back looking for the double play, and a bunt. Bunted foul.
Another look. Oh, he did get it right on top of the hand. Look at that super shot with the spike. It's the difference between football and baseball. Those are steel, those spikes. They're not cleats, they're spikes.
Fly ball to Marte. Tagging is Benintendi. The right fielder makes the catch. Here's the throw. Here's the play. He's safe in there. Yankees lead 1-0.
And of course they're on the horn trying to find out if they need to do a replay, but this is just all the way around another fantastic baseball play. DJ LeMahieu does his job, gets the ball in the air. Benintendi does his job, gets a good read, and just by that much, he's safe. Everybody did what they were supposed to do. And from above, you betcha he's in there.
Now, Max Scherzer said he might be safe, but I think he left early, so they're going to appeal. And here comes Rizzo, and he throws it into center field, and that takes the appeal off. That's what Rizzo was doing. He'll go to third. Teams are taught that. If they thought that Benintendi left early, that's why he left.
You're exactly right, but they're calling it off, making Rizzo go back. That's why Boone is out there arguing as to whether there was timeout called before that. Not sure what the ruling is here. But you're exactly right, Michael. That's Buck Showalter's play that we've seen him employ before. Protect the runner at third. If you think there's any chance at all that he left early, then you send Rizzo. But at this point, not sure why they're calling this off. The ball should have been live, but for some reason they're calling it a dead ball and making Rizzo go back to first.
So now the appeal is still alive. And Rizzo had to be told from the bench that they had a replay that he left early.
Or at least sort of like an insurance policy. You give up the out just in case you think Benintendi left early. Still not sure why that was a dead ball or what the ruling was there. Why that? He's fine. He's on the bag still right there. Benintendi's fine.
And he is fine. So you're right, David. That was an insurance policy. They weren't sure.
Yes. It's almost like you don't have time to even go look it up and have your replay guy look it up. But Benintendi did a great job. Excellent base running all the way around for Benintendi. Getting to third base and scoring.
Donaldson fouls it away.
Going to have to defer to our excellent reporter, Meredith Marakovitz, to find out what the heck happened there, whether that was a dead ball or not. They'll probably wait till after the game to get a reason behind that.
Oh, 0-2. Fly ball right field. Marte is there to put it away. The Yankees get a run on one hit. One man left. We've played one. It's 1-0 Yanks. Well, Anthony Rizzo was thinking ahead, and they called dead ball for some reason. Boone's explaining it to his coaching staff what happened. He didn't go crazy out there, so they probably gave him a satisfactory explanation. So 1-0 Yankees as we go to the second. Here is Pete Alonso. Grounded, fair ball, fielded by Donaldson. The long throw just got him.
If you want to be a big league third baseman, this is the play and the throw you got to make. When you go to tryout camps, this is where they throw it from. And throw it did Donaldson. I mean, in foul territory. Plant, let's show off your arm. Got him. Rizzo, nice job on this end.
Here's Vogelback. Been quite an addition for the Mets. July 22nd trade from the Pirates for Colin Holderman. He's been a difference maker with the Mets. 20 hits and 70 at bats, 25 games, 13 ribbies, hitting .286. Kind of become a cult hero as well. He goes around.
Well, that's his strength, is that he can work a walk. He can eyeball some pitches. He doesn't swing a lot. He just looks for his pitch.
Ground ball, short right field. Cabrera 2 away.
How many positions does Oswaldo Cabrera play?
Second, short, third, left, right.
Left and right, all right. And he's played them all almost, right? We haven't seen him in left yet.
I've not seen him in left.
Okay.
Everyone else he's done.
Okay. Pretty impressive. Seems to play them all pretty well, too.
There's Jeff McNeil. Started at 4 positions within first 6 big league games. First player in Yankees history to do that. And there's a strike. McNeil's having some season. And he has been on fire of late. 12 for 27, 444, 321, All-Star. 4th big league season, 27 years old. 1-1.
It's really kind of a contrast in offensive style. You know, with the Yankees, we're always talking about exit velocity and how hard they hit the baseball. Not so with the Mets, but they just hit the ball and put it in play.
Dueling chants here at the stadium. Met fans trying to get a "Let's Go Mets" chant started. Yankee fans shouting them down and screaming "Let's go Yanks."
Remember the first time I heard that, 1997, the very first Subway Series in the regular season.
Popped up on the left side. Donaldson makes the play in foul territory, and Herman retires with Mets in order. It's 1-0 Yanks. Oswaldo Cabrera getting ready for his first Subway Series at bat as he will lead off the bottom of the second. Yankees lead 1-0 and celebrate the 20th anniversary of MLB.TV with free baseball all day on August 26th. Stream live or on demand on your favorite supported devices. Blackout and other restrictions apply. Visit MLB.TV for details. Fouled away. Now, between innings, Aaron Boone had a lengthy conversation with Anthony Rizzo explaining what happened on that play and why it was considered a dead ball. So, it seemed like Boone explained it to the point that Rizzo said, "Okay, I got it."
Yeah, maybe Scherzer jumped the gun too. Maybe the batter wasn't in the box. Maybe it was still considered a dead ball at the time, and not quite sure.
Now, I watched the replay from above, and you could see the first base umpire, Alfonso Marquez, had just crossed over the line. He was in the middle of the diamond. Maybe they weren't set, and the umpires didn't say play ball.
It's quite possible.
High fly ball. Just to the left of center field. Nimmo's there to put it away and retire Cabrera. Here is Jose Trevino. He has been even better in August than he'd been previously, hitting .316, 3 homers and 6 ribbies, and 7 runs scored. Jumps on the first pitch and pops it up. McNeil, 2 outs. And that'll bring up Isaiah Kiner-Falefa.
It's not really surprising because Scherzer has such a good slider, and we noted that he's one of the premier strikeout pitchers of all time, really. The number of strikeouts he has and the number of innings, so you're going to see a lot of early swings early in the count.
Saw McCann give a sign there. Scherzer does not like PitchCom. Not a fan of it. He said, does it help? Yes, but he just doesn't think it should exist. He thinks the fact that he's able to disguise his signs and not have them picked up by a runner on base gives him an advantage, but PitchCom takes that advantage away.
Yeah, he's a creature of habit.
High fly ball. Nimmo's there. And 3 quick outs for Scherzer as the Yankees go down in order. We'll go to the third. Browns Arsenal StatCast 3D by Google Cloud. I bet you they're all going to be strikes, David.
Coming right at you, all in that box, right? Curveball, a lot more four-seamers at 93.1 miles an hour, and of course that changeup and the sinker, but he's kind of reversed the usage between his four-seam and sinker, and that's because it's a really above-average spinning four-seam fastball in the 2,600 RPM range. Major league average on a four-seam fastball down around 23 to 2,400, so the Yankees are encouraging him to use that pitch a little bit more.
Here's Mark Canha. Swings at the first pitch and lofts it to center. Judge puts it away, one down. Both teams playing as if they have early reservations for dinner. Canha was the hero of yesterday's game. A couple of home runs that helped the Mets win 10-9. That'll bring up Brett Beatty, and let's check out the Verizon player profile on the Mets rookie. 22 years old out of Austin, 12th overall pick, the 2019 draft, 26th best prospect according to Baseball America. And in the minors, 95 games at .315 average. First swing he took in the big leagues, the game against the Braves, he had a home run. That's storybook.
Keith Hernandez really loves his swing too, from the left-handed side, obviously, and he's more known for his bat than his defense.
That's their big concern, David. They don't think defensively he's ready at this level yet.
A phenomenal year.
What a feeling.
I actually gave Keith a ride to the ballpark today. He called me up out of nowhere and said, hey, can I get a ride to the ballpark? And I said, sure, no problem. I'll swing by the Upper East Side and pick you up. And got a little scouting report.
Yes, helping out SNY.
Yeah.
2-2.
Picked him up on the street corner. There's Keith Hernandez right on 65th and 3rd. I picked him right up.
Two and two. Hit sharply and knocked down by Cabrera. Stays with it and gets Beatty for the second out.
Beatty showing off that bat. That ball's absolutely smoked as it jumped on Cabrera. Nice hands to be able to stay with that. That was 108 miles an hour off of Beatty's bat. So Cabrera stabbed at it, kept it there, recovered, got the out. On the super shot, that thing's coming in hot, and it jumped on him a little bit. Thank you very much.
There's James McCann, and the breaking ball's in there for strike. Yankees lead 1-0. We're in the top of the third inning here at Yankee Stadium in the Bronx. Oh and 2. Yankees not using PitchCom either, and it's working. As McCann swings through, and another 1-2-3 inning for Herman and the Yanks as the Mets go down in order, and we go to the bottom of the third. Well, fans, predict what will happen in the next half inning with Yes Pick and Play Live, now on the Yes app. Place actions for free, earn coins, and climb the leaderboard for a chance to win prizes after the third, sixth, and ninth inning. Play Yes Pick and Play Live now. Marwin Gonzalez leads off here in the third. And a slow curveball for strike. Gonzalez 2 for his last 36. And the last hit he got was in Pittsburgh, and it was against a position player. Ground ball to Lindor. Let's check out the Energizer Long Lasting. And Max Scherzer, long lasting, 199 wins. That's third amongst active pitchers. Strikeouts first, innings third, WAR fourth. Yeah, he's good.
Well, the most impressive part about that is the number of strikeouts and the number of innings pitched. That is remarkable.
There's Benintendi. Now, the only blemish on Scherzer's year so far, he missed 6 weeks with a right oblique strain. But since coming back on July 5th, he's been outstanding. 9 starts, a 1.82 ERA. Now, Benintendi got hit leading off the first, and that was after Nimmo got hit leading off the top of the first. So according to what we have on record, last Yankees game, with a leadoff batter getting hit by a pitch in both halves of the first inning, to go back to 1926. We get Benintendi for the second out. And that'll bring up Judge, who struck out against Scherzer in his first at bat. Let's take a look at how he attacked him.
Well, kind of a little front door four-seamer. He got the call on, then down and away, yanked it, and then there's the first slider at the bottom of the zone. Now he's going to take him on out and walk the dog. So that's what Scherzer does. He'll show you one in the strike zone, and then he'll show you one that he can miss with. And that's the secret sauce for Scherzer and his legendary slider. Excellent command of that pitch.
Judge is now 2 for 11 with 7 strikeouts in his career against Scherzer. And of more import for the Yankees, he's now 4 for his last 32. Last 10 games, longest homerless streak this year, hitting 129. Driven to deep right field. Marte back, turning, looking. See ya. There's the home run. Number 47, and the Yankees lead 2-0. Here's Rizzo. Well, with the homerless drought coming into this game, he's now on pace for 61. So through 123 games, Maris had 49. Judge now has 47. Count 0-2.
Looks like Max Scherzer kind of just outsmarted himself. The last fastball, he snuck right down the middle. Judge took, thinking he could do it again. Not this time.
Also, I wonder, David, Max Scherzer doesn't seem like he would pitch around anybody. Other pitchers, they dealt like he was Barry Bonds, and I think Scherzer's not afraid of anybody.
No, not at all. I think Scherzer smelled blood. He thinks maybe Judge was sitting on slider because he struck him out with those sliders the first time up. Sort of the art of pitching, right? The guessing, the reading of the body language. Scherzer's a big believer in that. Calls his own game. He's his own scouting report. He went with a gut feeling. Judge got him.
Swing and a miss. Rizzo down on strikes. But Judge, with his 47th home run of the year, drives it into the seats in right center. His 103rd ribby. And with that home run, the Yankees lead 2-0 after 3. Well, in the All-Star game in 2018, Judge hit a home run off Max Scherzer. This one counted, though. A big blast in the 3rd inning to give the Yankees a 2-0 lead as we head to the 4th. Back to the top of the order, and Brendan Nimmo. He's been the only Met to reach base. He was hit by a pitch in the first. Hit sharply and knocked down by Rizzo. Trickles away, and there'll be no play as Nimmo will reach.
Coming right at you. That ball was smoked. It looked like it might have hit the lip of the grass too, and took a funny hop. Right off the web of Rizzo, almost. Our super shot will give you another look at the first baseman's mitt. Not quite long enough. .102 miles an hour up of Nimmo's bat.
First hit for the Mets, and that'll bring up Marte, wrapped into a double play in the first. 5-4-3. Fly ball, center field, Judge. One out. Well, if you're a pitching fanatic, you've got to check out Toe on the Slab with David Cohn. The Yankees' legendary pitcher joins podcast host Justin Shackle and James Smythe for an in-depth conversation that blends old school experience with present-day analytics. Catch a new episode of Toe on the Slab tomorrow night following the Yankees postgame. So here's Lindor, grounded to third in the first. Now, word has been received from the umpires that the reason they call back Rizzo from third is that they had not declared that the ball was in play.
That had to be the rule. Yes, it was a dead ball. Batter wasn't in the box. The umpire wasn't in position. The ball wasn't in play.
One 1-0 to Lindor.
It still was a heads-up play by Rizzo, and as we mentioned, Buck Showalter had schooled the Mets on that in spring training. They employed that play earlier this year. And to save a run, you'll give up an out, even if there's any doubt, if you're not sure if the runner left early.
Rip down the right field line, foul.
I think if you assume, if you're Anthony Rizzo on the Yankee side, you assume that maybe the Mets got some key from their video replay room that maybe he left early. So that's why you take the chance and you'll trade the out for the run.
Lined into center field. It's a base hit for Lindor. Nimmo held up, wasn't sure if it would be caught, so advances to second. First and second, one man out for Alonso.
Little backdoor breaking ball, and Lindor just stays on it. Judge with a little bit of a deke there in center field holds up Nimmo at second. Watch Nimmo trying to read it, and then he sees Judge and says, uh-oh. Nice little deke there from Aaron Judge.
A little conference on the mound. Talk with Herman. Here comes Matt Blake. Gives me time to send out birthday wishes to a longtime Yankee fan. Happy 94th birthday to Don Zagoria. Watches every game from his home in Krugers, New York. Former professor of political science at Columbia. Lifelong Yankee fan who actually saw DiMaggio and Garrick play live. And his favorite yes announcer is David Cohn.
Wow.
Yeah, so happy birthday. Loves David Cohn, loves how he breaks it down.
94 years old. Wow.
Very lively crowd here at Yankee Stadium for both sides. This has been an unbelievable homestand for the Yankees in terms of attendance. There have been huge crowds every single game, but they've had very little to cheer for. Last game, they did get that 4-2 victory. The one game against Tampa Bay, the big home run by Donaldson. But there's been a lot of tough times in this homestand.
Yeah, it's a big night for the Yankee universe to see Max Scherzer on the mound and see how the Yankees respond to a frontline pitcher.
So here is Alonso after a lengthy conference on the mound. One and 0. Alonso grounded to third. That was in the second. And a strike.
Another look just gets Alonso to flinch there on the front door breaking ball. I don't know if I throw that one there again.
And now they are going with pitch count with a runner on base. Grounded up the middle. There's one. And there's two. Cabrera to Rizzo. And Herman gets what he needed and gets out of trouble as the Mets strand one. It's time for Pinstripe Pride, brought to you by Toyota, the official hybrid vehicles of the Yankees. Tonight's picture was submitted by Frank. His daughter already knows how to celebrate a big home run at Yankee Stadium. Looks excited. Use the hashtag Toyota Pinstripe Pride. Mention yes in pictures you post to social media to reflect your love for the Bronx Bombers, and we might spotlight you in a future game. There's LeMahieu to lead off the fourth, and there's a strike. Audi scoreboard 2-0. Yankees lead. A run in the first and a run in the third. The run in the third, Aaron Judge's 47th home run after going 9 games before this one without a home run. There's a strike.
A whole 9 games?
Whole 9 games.
Oh my goodness.
Now, interestingly, Babe Ruth, when he hit 60, this is when he took off in game 124. He had 20 homers in 31 games to finish with 60.
It's right about now when Roger Maris started losing his hair too, right?
Yep. The stress. Because most of the Yankee fans were rooting for Mickey Mantle to break the record. But Mantle got hurt and was on the shelf in September, so Maris took over. Mantle was rooting him on. Ended up with 61 and 61. But then wasn't given total credit for breaking Ruth's record because that was the first year of a 162-game season.
If you haven't seen Billy Crystal's movie, 61, you got to see it.
Ground ball, Beatty fields. One away.
You had Billy Crystal on K-Rod this year, didn't you?
Yeah, it was great. Great stories. And he's here tonight.
Look at that. Right on cue.
There's Donaldson. 1-0. Well, if you're looking for empty seats in this ballpark tonight, you really have to hunt. This place is jammed. Yankees and the Mets, it still holds an allure. Started in 1997. Still big time. Swing and a miss.
Josh Donaldson thinking 2-0 fastball. I'm going to get one. No, you're not. Slider on the black. That's what the swing looks like. And the super shot.
Two and two. Swing and a miss. They are not able to hit that slider. Two-way.
That's what makes Scherzer so tough. If he falls down 2-0 and 3 straight sliders, let's go sit down time. Scherzer's release point is so unique. That makes him an outlier, too. It's low and wide. He releases the ball closer to the third base dugout than anybody in the game.
Backdoor curve for strike.
So low and wide, coming from that angle, almost from his ear. Makes him really deceptive. There's just really nobody that has a window of release like he does.
One and one. One, two. Popped up on the left side. Beatty a long run, but it makes the seats. Two nothing Yankees, bottom of the fourth, 2 outs, nobody on. Oswaldo Cabrera at the plate.
The best deal in mobile. Get unlimited for only $29.99. Visit SpectrumMobile.com.
Two and two.
Good take there. The Scherzer changeup.
Trevino on deck. And the pitch. He's worked it full.
Think veteran pitcher, rookie hitter. You going to challenge him here?
I go slider.
3-2, 2 outs. You're going to throw him slider. Go for the punch out.
Mm-hmm. No, he went fastball and missed. Well, come out to Yankee Stadium in September as the Yankees push toward the postseason. On Saturday afternoon, September 10th, the Yankees take on their divisional rivals, the Tampa Bay Rays. And the first 18,000 guests in attendance receive a Yankees Oris Bear mug, courtesy of Oris. Get your tickets today, Yankees.com, and be there as the Yankees chase for 28. Oh and 1 on Trevino. Jacob deGrom will not be starting tomorrow. That was always the plan, but now it'll be Taijuan Walker getting the start. And that gives deGrom a couple of extra days rest because Wednesday's the day off for the Mets before he will meet the Rockies. Buck Showalter announced that at about 5:15 today. Fly ball right field. Marte is there and puts it away for the final out. No runs, no hits, no errors. One man left. Let's go to the fifth. 2-0 Yanks. Well, thank you, Bob. Let's go around the majors. Franco's back. Removed from his rehab. Oh, no, he's not. Hand soreness. That's a big blow for Tampa Bay. Felix Bautista has been unbelievable. They traded their closer. He's taken over. He's done a great job. And Paul Goldschmidt, what a season he's having for the Cardinals. Pitch to Vogelbach.
Yeah, big blow for the Rays. Anytime you pull him out of a rehab situation, boy, you got to restart the clock. You know he's in some pain.
And there's a strike to Vogelbach, 1-1. So they're sending him back to Tampa to get reevaluated. Now the Rays have it covered with Taylor Walls defensively as short. He could field it with anybody, but obviously not near the hitter that Franco is.
Yeah, they need his offense desperately.
Now, David, I defer to you on these things. I think that's the longest eye black streak I've ever seen on a player. It's almost to the ear.
Well, I got to get another look. You're right, now that you mention it. Oh, yeah.
There's no eye over there. Grounded up the middle. One away. Well, fans, as you know, a select number of Yankees games this season are exclusively on Prime Video. You can watch Prime Video on your computer, smartphone, tablet, and through other streaming devices connected to your TV. Just download the Prime Video app and log in or sign up for a membership. For more details on how to get the Yankees on Prime Video, scan the QR code on the screen or go to yesnetwork.com. And the next Prime Video game is tomorrow night against the Mets. Here's Jeff McNeil. That was a strike.
We mentioned about Domingo Germán's command, and he's right on point tonight. 43 pitches. 31 strikes.
0-2.
And the pitch count ridiculously low so far. A four-seamer serving him well because he's spotting it and throwing it for strikes and getting ahead in the count.
Now the Mets are an uber aggressive team. They take a lot of pitches in the first inning per plate appearances. Actually the first in the National League, 4.12 pitches per plate appearance. After that though, it's 3.86 pitches per plate appearance, which is 20th in baseball. So they're not hunting walks.
They're hunting contact. They put the ball in play. They get on base a lot. Pete Alonso is leading the major leagues in terms of having the number of base runners he has on base when he comes to plate, when he comes to bat.
McNeil serves that to left. Benintendi right there. 2 outs. And here is Canna coming up. 2 big home runs yesterday, David.
Just another one of those acquisitions by the Mets that have just really paid dividends for them. Knows his role, loves his role, fits into what Buck Showalter likes in terms of a high character player on his team.
Two-year, $26.5 million deal with the Mets in November. And the Mets have a team option for 2024 as well. 33 years old. Had spent his entire big league career with Oakland before the Mets signed him, so this is his 8th big league season. And you can say that the Met free agent signings were all on point. Marte's been great. Canna, great. Scherzer is Scherzer. Escobar's been hurt a little bit, but they still love his character in that room. And they struck early before the lockout happened.
Yes, they did. Even the trade deadline acquisitions have been pretty good for them. Vogelbach, part of that. Naquin paid dividends early.
First year GM Billy Epler done a good job. Well, Herman thought that was strike 3. About to dance off the mound.
Trevino made that look really good. Almost stole one there.
Two balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 2-0 Yanks, top of the 5th inning. Three and 2. Beatty's on deck.
Can see the wheel spinning for Domingo Germán right here. Should I throw a curveball? Can I get it over?
Strike 3, went with the fastball. Caught the outside corner. He gets kind of looking. Mets go down in order. We're halfway through. Yankees up by 2. Back in action with Burke. Buy Cadillac. There's no better time to be in a Cadillac than summer. Visit your Tri-State Cadillac dealer today. And by FanDuel Sportsbook, make every moment more. The men that have managed both New York teams. Maybe Buck on the left, veteran Buck on the right.
How old was Buck on the left there?
I think he was 36.
Wow.
Doc and Straw in the house. They played for both.
Nice. Two of the most talented teenagers you will ever see. Doc and Straw at 19, 20 years old. My goodness.
The 0-1. Outside, 1-1. There's Doc. Well, he was a force when he was a youngster with the Mets. That 85 season, wow.
That 85 season is in the argument for the greatest season ever for any pitcher in any era. I think it was over 12 WAR in that series. It was a ridiculous year that Doc had in 1985. 24-4 record.
There it is. That's what David's talking about. Pretty special at the age of 20.
Yes. 16 complete games.
Sky down the right field line and out of play. That one's driven into left center field and deep. Giving chase is Canna on the run. Not going to get there. And it's going to bounce into the Met bullpen for a double for Kiner-Falefa.
Kiner-Falefa, first off, gets a slider right there and hammers it. Excellent swing. Secondly, maybe a little bit unlucky that this ball bounces over the wall. because the way he runs, that's possibly a triple. And our super shot swing right off the barrel. Sweet spot city.
Well, because of the slump, will Gonzalez now bunt him to third? Not bunting, swinging away and fouling it back. Gonzalez grounded to second in the third. He's 2 for his last 37. That ball traveled 388 off the bat of IKF. That's the farthest ball he's hit all year. That includes his 1 home run. Now he does bunt. Good bunt. Sacrifice 1-3, moving to third. Connor Falefa. So that puts a runner at third with 1 man out. Let's take a look at the arms in the outfield for the Mets. It's a no on Marte. It's a maybe on Nimmo, and go for it on Canna.
Somewhere there's an old school baseball fan yelling at the TV. See? That's small ball. That's what we need more of that.
Let's bring the infield in for Benintendi. 0 for 1, hit by a pitch and a run scored. And a strike. Benintendi with that big home run yesterday. Popped up. See if it stays in play for Beatty. Just over the screen.
If that screen's not there, he probably makes that catch.
Scherzer looking for the strikeout here. That's a fair ball inside first and down the right field line. Connor Falefa scores. Benintendi will stop at second with an RBI double, and the Yankees lead 3-0.
Benintendi once again heating up right over the bag. Another look. Slider stays on the plate. Benintendi hammers it. Whole different look on his face. Whole different look on the Yankees bench right now.
Here's Judge. He homered in the third. Now takes a slider for a strike. In the third, Scherzer probably outthought himself. He's been handling Judge with the slider. Tried to slip a fastball in, and Judge hit his 47th home run of the year. 0-2.
He's probably not going to see another fastball. Certainly not for a strike.
Still 0-2. That home run, we'll take a look at the exit velo presented by Spectrum Mobile. Go to SpectrumMobile.com today. Travel 383 feet, exit velocity of just under 110. And his 47th home run of the season leads the majors. The 0-2. Another fastball. This one a fly ball to Marte. Tagging is Benintendi. He will go to third. Tried to slip one by him again. This time Judge just missed.
That guy's stubborn. Defiantly so. McCann standing up Yogi Berra style. Judge doing it Roger Maris style. Just misses it.
And Scherzer's reaction was he thought that was out. He was screaming into the air, thinking he got porched. Here's Rizzo. Big lead for Benintendi at third. Check out Scherzer's reaction. Didn't even want to look. Let me look again. Oh.
That's great. That is so good right there. Great job by our cameraman.
David, I mean, you use the word because that's the word you want to use. Is that just pure stubbornness by him?
Absolutely. Defiantly so. He's Max Scherzer. I'm going to come at you just to prove that I can still get you out with my fastball right there, even though Judge has swung and missed at every slider he's seen. It's part of what makes him great. Defiance.
High fly ball, deep right, going back Marte. He's on the track, he's at the wall, makes the play for the final out. Yankees get a run on 2 hits, 1 man left. We go to the 6th. Fully electric Audi vehicle at your local Tri-State Audi dealer today.
Well, this is worth the price of admission. A Hall of Fame pitcher against a hitter that's having a Hall of Fame season. Shot him the other way. Tried to sneak a fastball by him. Did not work. Aaron Judge back on track. Number 47.
So we go to the 6th inning on the Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. 3-4-0 for the Yanks. 0-2-0 for the Mets. It'll be 8-9-1 in the Mets order against Domingo Germán. Here's Beatty. Pitch inside. Going to be very interesting, David, to see how Aaron Boone and his coaching staff navigate the final innings, because they really don't have a quote-unquote closer right now. Grounded foul. And Meredith Marakovits spoke with Aaron about that.
And Michael, he said they are just going to need to piece it together as they go along. A lot of it is going to be dependent on who's available for the evening and matchups. He's hoping that roles declare themselves as time goes on. Brian Cashman asked a little bit about that today as well. And he said Aaron Boone will figure this out. The only way, though, to figure it out is to put guys in certain situations and see who succeeds. Now, they did call up Clark Schmidt today. It would have been his regular throw day. He is completely stretched out, so he's a guy that could give them multiple innings and could piggyback Domingo Germán should they choose to go that direction.
Well, Domingo Germán's pitch count's at 55, so you get the feeling that you're going to ride this train as long as you can.
Well, the one pitcher probably not available is Lou Trevino, who got 7 outs yesterday to nail down the win. Skied the other way. On the run is Benintendi, and he makes the play. Good jump. 1 out.
Piece of cake.
So here's McCann. Mets activated Tomas Nido off the COVID list right before the game. So he's on the bench. Marinaccio is up in the bullpen. remember, after McCann, then it's third time through the order. And I think they look at that sometimes more than they look at pitch count.
No, there's no doubt about it. Especially with a 3-run lead here. And that 4-seam fastball has really paid dividends for Domingo Germán. It's not so much about the velocity, it's the life on it. The command that he's able to throw for strikes. And as we said, it's a high spin rate on that 4-seam fastball, so it's got some late life on the zone. See some late swings like we just saw.
Three 0 Yankees, top of the 6th.
Changed his hair color, didn't he? It was blue before.
It was blue at the beginning of the year, yes.
Straight blonde now.
Still 1-2. Mets took the first 2 games of the Subway Series earlier at Citi Field. Now this is the half at Yankee Stadium with 2 games. First one tonight. Finishes up tomorrow night before the Yankees go on a lengthy road trip through 3 cities: Oakland, Anaheim, and St. Pete, to play the Rays. Two and two. Curveball with no bite.
Still a wake-up call, though. Anytime you see a ball coming right at your head, it's unnerving, to say the least. The fact that it was 81 miles an hour and a curveball gave him that much more time to duck.
Told you the Subway Series began in 1997. This is the first time these 2 teams have met in a Subway Series game where they're both over 25 games over 500. Rizzo gives it a look. Now, you could say, well, usually the Subway Series is in June, and well, that's fair, but there have been Subway Series played late in the year as well, and it's either one team's good, the other one's struggling. Well, now, the Mets and the Yankees have a top 5 record in all Major League Baseball. Dodgers are on top, then the Mets, Astros, Braves, and the Yankees. The Yankees have dropped to that level because of their rough August. 5-14 in August, tied with the Marlins for the worst record of any team this month.
And the Mets have a very favorable schedule down the stretch run here. Colorado coming in, the Washington Nationals. They're playing some teams that are really down and in their division. Pittsburgh Pirates, too, in the Central. Yankees, there's no breaks in the American League East this year. Baltimore Orioles are for real.
I want to give some kudos to our producer, Troy Benjamin, subject of a big story in the New York Post today. Troy grew up in Harlem, big Yankee fan, used to wait outside the press gate, and here he is, one of the top producers in all of sports. We're proud to work with him and so happy with the story today. They got some recognition.
Yes. Local boy done good.
I actually gave him an autograph when he was a teenager outside the old Yankee Stadium, and now he orders me around like it never happened.
Well, he knows his Yankee history.
Yes, he does. He lived it. This will be the 11th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Now it'll be 12. Here's the CBS receipt. 3-2. Knocked down by Herman. Scrambles after it. Gets it. Fires. Not in time. Now this looks like I'm changing the pitcher walk rather than I'm going to see how you are.
Got the trainer with him though, and that is a direct hit. On the fly with a line drive. Domingo tries to recover. Not enough time. Ow. Seems to be playing it off pretty well. It's 104 miles an hour up on McCann's bat. By the time Domingo Germán released that baseball, he's probably about 55 feet away. So think about 104 mile an hour baseball on the fly hitting you in the leg. Maybe got him on the side. You just pray for a little meat on the bone where you get hit.
So McCann gets a hit, and that brings us back to the top of the Met order with Nimmo. Nimmo hit by a pitch, and then singled off the glove of Rizzo at first.
Well, that was one heck of an at-bat by James McCann. All those pitches working Domingo Germán, then hits a bullet off of his leg. Now, as you said, Michael, top of the order rolling over here. Third time through.
Runner on first, one man out. Nimmo shows bunt, takes a strike.
Jonathan Loaizaga joining Ron Marinaccio.
One and one on Nimmo. Marte is on deck. 3-0 Yankees lead, top of the sixth. This is the third time through the order for Germán. Two and one. He has faced 16 batters third time through the order in his 6 starts this season. So a smidge under 3 each start. 2-1. 3-1. McCann's at first. Both righties ready in the Yankee bullpen. Popped them up. Connor Falefa. 2 away.
Another case in point where that four-seamer is saving Domingo Germán after 2 straight changeups falling down in the count. And a fastball count still beats Nimmo and gets him to pop it up.
Here's Marte wrapped into a double play in the first around the horn, and then a fly ball to center in the fourth. 3-4-0 for the Yankees. 0-3-0 for the Mets. Rizzo holds McCann at first. There's a strike.
And 14 of 20 first pitch strikes tonight for Domingo Germán.
Punched out toward right field. Gonzalez makes the play for the final out. No runs a hit. One man left. A solid 6 for Domingo Germán. At Max Scherzer warming up. Montefiore Einstein scoreboard shows you the Yankees lead this one 3-0. And by the way, here are the latest run totals from FanDuel Sportsbook. Right now, new customers get $150 in free bets guaranteed when you place your first $5 bet. Download the FanDuel Sportsbook app now and start making every moment more.
Aren't you curious about what Keith and I talked about today on the way to the ballpark?
I'm figuring you guys will turn it into a book. What did you talk about?
Well, that's confidential.
Was it baseball at all?
Partly, not all. Not all. It covered a wide-ranging sort of, very, yesterday, today, reminiscing.
I certainly hope you made him pay the toll on the RFK bridge.
No, I did not. It's like the Seinfeld episode when he asked Jerry to help him move, right?
That's right. Oh, 2.
There's nobody like him. He's an original.
Yes, he is. He usually makes the drive to the Hamptons every night.
Yeah, but he's sneaky. He'll stay in the city here and there at various places.
He might ask you to stay over tonight. He was telling me it's 86 miles both ways.
It's a hard drive.
He said it's 3 hours in the car each day.
Yeah, he knows. And he knows all the state troopers, too.
One, 2. There's the very impressive resume. They just retired his number 17 at Citi Field. And you get a feeling that he and Donnie might be in the Hall of Fame next.
Yeah, I mean, they both are just so similar, really. Type of great first baseman. Mattingly and Hernandez.
Marte. There's Keith's
Hernandez.
number retirement day. And that meant a lot to him, David.
It really did, and he meant a lot to the franchise. The legendary 1986 team, and that he was squarely in the middle of it, along with Ron Darling as well. Ron, one of the best pitchers on that team as well.
Here's Josh Donaldson. You know, during that ceremony, they had tributes on the board, and they were playing the Marlins, so Donnie was there. And he gave the best reasoning for one of the things that people always use against him in comparing him to Keith. You know, Keith was better at fielding bunts and had a better arm. He said, I played in the American League. People didn't bunt in the American League. I never really had an opportunity to make a throw to third.
Exactly.
One and one on Donaldson, who was 0 for 2 tonight. 2-1. That slider has been such a weapon when he chooses to throw it.
Yeah, and that's what Donaldson's seen a lot of, really. the whole year is a steady dose of breaking balls, especially from right-handed pitching.
And the 2-2. Line drive right at Lindor. 2 away. Get some trivia. Subway Series trivia. 5 pitchers have won 3 or more Cy Young Awards and played for the Yankees or the Mets. Who are they? I know one for sure. John Flaherty's favorite. Here is Oswaldo Cabrera with 2 outs. Bottom of 6th. Jumps on the first pitch and lofts it to center. Nimmo is there. Nimmo makes the play, and the Yankees go down in order. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to the 7th inning. Yankees 3, Mets nothing. Well, for the best coverage in the game, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam. Oswaldo Cabrera's played 4 positions, made a great play in right. This amazing play at third. Face planting against the padding there. Then a Jeterian throw from shortstop and knocking this one down at second to make the play. Doesn't seem scared out there at all. Cadillac scoreboard 3-0 Yankees over the Mets. Herman still out there. He deals to Lindor and he drops a curveball in there for a strike. So this is what he's done in the minors. 133 at third, 172 at short, 233 at second, 1 in left and 1 in right, or 3 in right. 0-2.
This would be huge for Aaron Boone to get Domingo Germán through this part of the order in the 7th inning. It's a good start with an 0-2 count.
3, 4, and 5 so far against him. 1 for 6. The one, a single center by Lindor last time up. 1-2. Marinaccio still up. As Loaizaga has taken a seat. Hammered foul.
Sort of, Michael, it's a classic old school versus new school pitching philosophy and necessity for the Yankees. You mentioned the 3rd time through the order. Analytics says familiarity of the lineup gets used to the pitcher. It's tougher to get them out. Pitcher's dealing until he's not. That's why they preemptively usually take him out. But Aaron Boone pushing back, saying Domingo Germán's throwing well. We have a need. Our bullpen's a little bit short. Only 3 ball counts tonight.
2-2. There's another 3 ball count as Lindor has worked it full.
That's why starting pitchers need more than 2 pitches to get through this 3rd time in the order, to give different looks.
Swing and a miss. Got him on the curve.
And a tip of the cap from Frankie Lindor. A beauty out in front. 81 miles an hour right there. And Lindor, a little smile back at Domingo Germán.
And a smile back. Pitch count still in great shape at 82. Here is Alonso.
This is where the old school baseball fan pulls their hair out. It's like the guy's throwing well. Just leave him in the game. Let him go. But modern analytics says a different story a lot of times. And the vast majority of times, a pitcher like Domingo Germán will not be allowed to even be in this spot. Not the case tonight, though.
Fly ball shallow right. And it's dropped. Gonzalez and Cabrera run into each other and the ball falls. Alonso reaches.
Looks like he's calling it. Marwin, that is. Sold out crowd, it's hard to hear. He's calling it too. What do you do when they both call it?
Shouldn't the outfielder get it?
Generally, yes.
Cabrera gets the error. E4, allowing Alonso to reach. So that brings up Vogelbach. Grounded foul.
Somebody's got to have the confidence, and usually the outfielder, to look down, look away from the ball for just a split second to find out where people are. Marwin Gonzalez kept his eye on the ball the whole time there. I'm not trying to assess blame, but it's easier for an outfielder coming in to look and see where the infielder is than the infielder going backwards. There's no chance for Oswaldo there to know. And they can't hear each other. They both were calling it.
High fly ball. Deep right. Gone. A 2-run home run for Vogelbach. And that E4 looms very large. Yankees 3, Mets 2. All going so swimmingly until a pop-up was dropped.
Until a pop-up was dropped, until Daniel Vogelbach got a third look at Domingo Germán's curveball that sat right in the middle of the plate.
Well, Vogelbach has been such a great pickup for the Mets. Another big hit for him. Big time celebration on Super Shot, and that drive knocks Domingo Germán out of the game, pulls the Mets to within 1, and forces the Yankees to go to the bullpen. Marinaccio is the first one in, and that'll do it for Germán. He deserves a hand. Honda dealers and by the New York Lottery. Get out there and play. Some of the captains on these two teams, Willie and Donnie, and Keith on the other side, and of course Derek Jeter, and then David Wright. Domingo Germán will watch the rest of this game from the dugout as Marinaccio comes on to face McNeil. 3-2 Yankees lead. Pitch outside. Opponent's hitting 104 against him. And a strike, 1-1.
It's got to be the eye black on Vogelbach. Another look at Marinaccio. Below the zone at 95, gets the call.
Well, that was a scouting report on him. Lance Barrett behind the plate, 1-1. 1-2. Now, let's be honest, David. The only reason that Germán was in the 7th inning was not they didn't have an epiphany, you know. It's just that they had to. Necessity is the mother of invention. They have a really short, uncertain bullpen now.
Now that's part of the equation, and certainly Germán was dealing and had a very low pitch count. He tried to push the system through.
1-2. Soft ground ball. Cabrera gets McNeil. Marinaccio has been unbelievable for the Yankees.
He really is becoming a trusted arm for Aaron Boone. And I spoke to Ron Marinaccio earlier today in the clubhouse, and he feels as though he has matured dramatically as a pitcher this season. Early on, he told me he wasn't exactly sure how his stuff was going to play, if he was going to be able to get major league hitters out. Now he has all the confidence in the world. It continues to grow as he goes out there more and more. He now knows how his stuff is going to play, what hitters are going to do. He can read swings, and that allows him to be more aggressive and really attack hitters. He knows the situation in the bullpen right now, and while he said he'll certainly do anything this Yankees team needs, he hopes he gets the opportunity in some of these high leverage situations to be one of those guys late in games.
It's a pretty high leverage situation right now, and a pretty big game. 0-1 now on Mark Canha. 3-2 Yankees lead. We're in the top of the 7th inning. One and one.
There's a lot of different ways to measure pitches nowadays, just in terms of outright stuff. Velocity, spin rate, location. His changeup is not only above average, it's plus. I mean, it's one of the better changeups of any right-handed reliever out there.
One and two.
The late movement on it. Bottom just drops out of that one. He'll throw it right on right at will. He'll throw it to lefties. It's a high-quality pitch for him.
Tap back to Marinaccio, and he comes in and does his job. Mets, though, creep closer. 2 runs, 1 hit, 1 big error, and nobody left on base. At the end of 6.5 innings of play, it's the Yankees 3 and the Mets 2. Cadillac game summary: 3-4-1 for the Yankees, the one so big. 2-4-0 for the Mets. Scherzer has gone 6 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, walk in, 3 strikeouts. Domingo Germán went 1 out into the 7th. 4 hits, 2 runs, just an earned run. Didn't walk a batter, struck out 3. Judge's solo home run is 47th. That was in the 3rd. And Vogelbach, a 2-run home run in the 7th. That's where we stand. Scherzer still in there. And Trevino jumps on the first pitch and lofts it to right. Marte, 1 pitch, 1 out. Now let's take a look at the answer to that trivia question. 5 pitchers have won 3 or more Cy Young awards, and they played for the Yankees or the Mets. Who are they? Well, Randy Johnson.
Randy Johnson's it. The guy on the mound tonight. I mean, that's got to be the connection there. And Seaver.
Pedro. Wow. And Clemens.
Clemens, of course. 7.
7's pretty amazing.
Ridiculous. Get the feeling that Roger Clemens still throws bullpens down in Houston, right? And his big athletic shed he's got in his house down there.
Yeah, we had him on the K-Rod broadcast. He can still bring it.
He's still throwing bullpens. You know he is. Said Nolan Ryan recently threw out a first pitch to Jim Sundberg, and Nolan Ryan secretly went down underneath and warmed up for a half hour, and the pitch was 85 miles an hour.
Wow.
Jim Sundberg was caught completely off guard by it. Did not know it was coming.
Well, with your new hip, you can get up to 85 now.
Oh, I don't know about that.
The 1-2. Skied the other way. Kiner-Falefa is 1 for 2 tonight. His longest drive of the year, 388 feet in the 5th inning to left center, ended up bouncing into the Met bullpen for a double. Chopped over the mound, going to be a tough play. Base hit. The throw gets past Pete Alonso. And let's see where the ball ended up.
going to be an unforced error from Francisco Lindor. Really didn't have a chance there, and that's going to cost him. As that ball jumped up into the camera well, and that's going to allow Kiner Falefa to get to second base. At this point, you're pushing the system. Knowing who's running, didn't really have a play.
And fortune did not favor the Mets there because there's a lot of fences there. If it hits that fence, it's just first base, but it somehow found a hole, bounced over the fence, and that's an E6 with a base hit. So here's Marwin Gonzalez. Jumps on the first pitch. Alonso puts it away. Now let's check out tonight's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, state-of-the-art healthcare in New York City, Westchester, and the Hudson Valley. Albert Abreu placed on the 15-day IL yesterday with right elbow inflammation, and Scott Efros placed on the 15-day IL today with a minor right shoulder strain. And Aaron Boone said, we really expect him back at the end of the IL stint. So here's Benintendi, runner at second.
It's not what you want.
You know, David, it's so very clear their game plan is to jump on him early and not fall behind and, you know, have a put-away slide or strike him out.
Yeah, I mean, you called it the last time around when Marwin was in this situation. He actually bunted to get the runner from second to third base. This time, popping up the first pitch.
Judge is on deck, the 1-0. Lined into right field. It's going to be in there for a base hit. That will score Kiner Falefa. It's an RBI single for Benintendi. Then it's 4-2 Yanks. He's starting to find a stroke.
Benintendi's really starting to swing the bat very well. As you see, that's a changeup from Scherzer down and out of the strike zone. As Benintendi goes down, digs that one out. No chance for Starling Marte there with Kiner Falefa easily scoring.
Fan ran onto the field in right field and promptly removed.
And Michael, you mentioned the fact that Benintendi is finding his stroke. When I spoke to him on the field yesterday, he did say he made a few mechanical adjustments. He was also in the cage today working with Casey Dykes before 3 o'clock with the music blasting, trying to get in the groove. When I asked Aaron Boone about it yesterday, he said he's just getting comfortable. He's settling in as a Yankee. This is the Benintendi we expected.
Well, the guy's a championship player. He won a World Series with the Red Sox, so he knows pressure. But this is sometimes a hard place to adapt to.
In particular because he was playing in Royals Stadium as a member of the Royals, which is a completely different ballpark, and he kind of changed his swing to hit the ball the other way. Yankee Stadium, time to turn and burn.
So the 4 runs against Scherzer, that's a season high against the Mets right-hander. And here's Judge against Scherzer. Scherzer came in with a 2.15 ERA. It's bumped up to 2.26 now. Yankees have a 4-2 lead. We're in the bottom of the 7th inning. Been a tense affair here in the Bronx. Let's check out the Febreze Fresh stats. Judge has 205 career home runs. That's tied for 14th in Yankees history with Winnie, Dave Winfield. Nice name to be associated with, a Hall of Famer. Two and one. Trevor May warming for the Mets. The 2-1, 3-1.
Yeah, all of a sudden, Aaron Judge is seeing the Scherzer slider and laying off. Pitch number 100 on the night, about to come.
Swings over that slider, 3-2. So that's going to release Benintendi at first.
Still got him out in front of it. Even though it's right over the heart of the plate. Right at the knees.
Runner goes. Line drive, base hit. Left field. Benintendi is at third. The throw comes into second. It's a single for Judge. And the Yankees have runners on the corners and 2 outs. Well, that'll do it for Scherzer.
Finally got one of those sliders that stayed on the inner half of the plate. The worst one Scherzer's featured all night long to Aaron Judge, and Judge makes him pay. Knocks him out of the game. Another look on the super shot at the Scherzer slider, gyroing in there, hanging. Aaron Judge banging.
2 hits for Judge. 47th home run, and the hit that knocks Scherzer out of the game. Trevor May will come on to face Anthony Rizzo. Yankees lead by 2, looking for more. First and third, 2 outs.
Hold on to your time.
Featuring the weekend here on a Monday as the Yankees lead 4-2, bottom of the 7th inning. They've knocked Scherzer out of the game. You see what he's done. He's responsible for the runners on first and third. Rizzo at the plate against Trevor May. Rizzo's 1 for 3. Changeup for a strike. Those are the numbers. He missed 3 months with right triceps inflammation from early May to early August. He's 32 years old, 8th big league season. High pop-up, right side, and that's in the seats and out of play.
I think it's kind of a scenario we're used to, Michael, when you see in starting pitchers, generally speaking, going fewer innings. Relievers getting used more and relievers getting hurt. Overused, overworked. Seems like every team has the same scenario. The overall depth of your pitching cores. A big story, especially down the stretch run here. The Yankees are no different.
Runner goes, swung on and missed. Rizzo strikes out, but the Yankees get a run. 3 hits, 1 error. They go to the 8th. Well, tomorrow night the Yankees wrap up the Subway Series with the Mets, and the game can be seen exclusively on Prime Video. Coverage starts at 6:30 with the pregame, and first pitch is scheduled for 7:05. Don't miss the Subway Series on Prime Video tomorrow night. Hyundai scoreboard. Yankees lead this one 4-2. We go to the top of the 8th inning. Marinaccio got the final 2 outs of the 7th. He's still in there. Brett Beatty will lead off. 8-9-1 in the Mets order against the Yankees. Rookie right-hander. Beatty 0 for 2 against Herman. There's a strike.
Nice little answer back by the Yankees there. As you see, Jonathan Loaizaga is still working it out down in the bully. After the Vogelbach clubbed 2-run shot, Yankees added one. Nice little answer, now 4-2. And just like Meredith Marakovitz said, as you see also, Givens, the righty, getting going for the Mets. Marinaccios in a high leverage spot here, and deservedly so.
Three and one on Beatty. And a strike, 3-2. Tyler Naquin has come on to pinch hit for James McCann. And he walked him to start off the 8th inning. So leadoff walk, and now Naquin pinch hits for McCann.
See his numbers with Cincinnati and the Mets. He's got some power. Made a good first impression with the Mets by banging a couple of homers in the early going of his Mets tenure. Buck Showalter's got some pieces to use now. The pieces really fit well together, and you mentioned General Manager Billy Epler, a decidedly Yankee influence on both of those guys, both Buck Showalter and Billy Epler, both greatly influenced by Gene Stick Michael in their Yankee tenure. They work well together. Buck Showalter has offered that up a lot this year when we've talked to him, how well they have worked together. Tyler Naquin, obviously, versus righties. Dangerous hitter.
Runner on first, nobody out. Mets down by 2. Oh and 1. Oh and 2 on the pinch hitter Tyler Naquin. Well, with 2 strikes, now the Yankees move 3 infielders onto the right side. Only Donaldson on the left side. He shades up the middle. Didn't chase, 1 and 2. Tried to get him to go after the changeup. And that's why 2 for 41 opponents are against the changeup with 18 strikeouts. Two and 2. Top of the order waiting for the Mets. Nimmo is on deck.
Everything has been away so far, especially with Lance Barrett's strike zone back there, giving a little bit off the edge all night long to both sides.
Something got loose out in left field. Tipped into the glove of Trevino. He's down on strikes.
Man, what a catch by Trevino. How do you hold on to that? Foul tips it almost into the heel of the glove, and it sticks.
Here's Nimmo. 1 for 2, hit by a pitch. Beatty leads off first. 1 out. Pitch outside. Staying away, away, away.
The classic style for right-handed pitchers in this ballpark. Make them beat you to Death Valley.
That one's looped into center field. Judge is there and puts it away for the 2nd out. And here comes Boone. So he's going to call on Loaizaga. He likes the matchup of Loaizaga against Marte better than Marinaccio and Marte. So Marinaccio retires 4, walks a batter. Loaizaga will face Marte. Marte will be the tying run. Keep climbing. And by your local Ford stores. Come discover the new Ford lineup, including the Built Wild TM Bronco, official SUV of the New York Yankees. So Marinaccio, 2 outs, a walk, and they bring in Loaizaga, another righty to face Marte. So David, what's behind this move?
Well, the trade-off is you're going from Marinaccio's 4-seamer changeup and his slider's his 3rd best pitch to Jonathan Loaizaga and his 99-mile-an-hour sinker slider combination. So that's what he likes against the righty Marte. Run that sinker in on his fist and throw that sweeping slider away. He likes that pitch selection better against this particular hitter.
Well, bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how it works out. Runner on first, 2 outs. Yankees up by 2, top of the 8th. Check swing. Did he go? Yes, he did, said Alfonso Marquez. 0-1.
Everything runs off of this particular pitch for Jonathan Loaizaga. If he can command it and throw it 99 miles an hour with that kind of movement, sets up everything.
Donaldson very close to the line at 3rd, guarding against the extra base hit. Fly ball right field. Gonzalez makes the play, and Boone pushes the right button. No runs, no hits, no errors, 1 left. We go to the bottom of the 8th. Well, fans, stay tuned after the final out for the WB Mason Yankees postgame and get highlights, analysis, and complete player reaction from tonight's game with the Mets. Plus, Aaron Boone on the manager's report. Hyundai scoreboard. Yankees lead the Mets 4-2. Tomas Nido just came off the COVID list. And he takes over behind the plate, and he will catch Michael Givens. Yankees familiar with Givens' work from all his years with the Orioles. He was at the Cubs at the beginning of the year, traded to the Mets. A crowd of 48,760. That's the 9th sellout of the year here at the stadium, and it's the largest paid attendance of the season. LeMahieu takes a strike from Givens.
Subway Series, still working all these years later.
Givens reunited with Buck Showalter, spent 4 seasons with Buck when Buck was the manager of the Orioles, 2015 through 2018.
Givens very durable. Sinker, slider, low 3/4, almost sidearm delivery. Always been very difficult on right-handed batters.
was a shortstop and a second baseman in the Orioles system after being a second-round pick in 2009 out of Tampa's Plant High School. That's where Wade Boggs went. And then he converted to pitcher in 2013. Took him about 2.5 seasons to reach the majors. A little bit of a Tiante move there. Showed LeMay who is back. 3-2. So it looks like they're going to leave Loaisiga in to get the final 3 outs in the 9th. Again, there is no closer per se out there. It's a game-to-game thing. There's a base hit to center field. This copyrighted telecast presented by authority of the New York Yankees. It may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. So a leadoff single for LeMahieu.
An absolute rocket from LeMahieu right back up the box.
There's a strike.
You mentioned the sellout crowd. It's been a good baseball game tonight.
Yes, it has.
All the way around. Little action, good pitching. Yankees now banged out 8 hits on the night. The Mets just 4.
Yankees would love to give Loaisiga a little more room to breathe in the 9th inning. Going to face the heart of the order, 3, 4, and 5 for the Mets. Lindor, Alonso, and Vogelbach.
Going to have to do it the old-fashioned way and earn it.
Popped up. And Beatty makes the play, leaning up against the screen.
Second time he's been over there. This time he gets there early and pushes it out of the way. Hey, get out of the way, buddy. Got a play to make here.
Boy, he looks young, huh?
He's got a baby face.
Wow.
Yes.
There's Oswaldo Cabrera. Now, before we get to the 9th inning, I've got to ask you the key question. Are you responsible for getting Keith home tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Absolutely.
A little stop before you drop him off? Or
Well,
what?
you never know. That's a game time decision.
Swing and a miss. Mets have to look up at the scoreboard. They see Atlanta leading Pittsburgh 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th inning. And Atlanta is not going away. Mets beat them up at Citi Field, but then Atlanta returned the favor in Atlanta. Four-2 Yankees lead. We're in the bottom of the 8th. Runner on first, 1 out. 2-1 count on Cabrera. Lofted to center. Nimmo is there. And LeMahieu returns to first. 2 outs. So an 0 for 3 night for Cabrera with a walk. All 3 of his outs to center field. Here's Trevino, 0 for 3. And a strike from Givens. Scherzer started, pitched 2 outs into the 7th. May came on and struck out Rizzo for the final out, with the Yankees having runners on the corners. And now Givens here pitching the 8th. Ground ball to second. McNeil gets Trevino, and that'll do it. Settle in, buckle up. The 9th inning coming up. Yankees trying to hold off the Mets. They lead 4-2. It's time right now for the Chevy play of the game.
Aaron Judge solves Max Scherzer. Back-to-back fastballs. The second one, Aaron Judge lost. Number 47.
2 hits for Judge tonight. That home run so big. So Lindor will start it off against Loaizaga. He came on to get the final out of the 8th. Mets down by 2. We're in the 9th inning. A sold-out house here at Yankee Stadium. As Wandy Peralta heating up just in case. Dueling chants here in the Bronx.
Well, the Mets have a very balanced lineup, and obviously you got Lindor here, and then Alonso, and then a couple lefties, Vogelbach and McNeil, but you do have Darren Ruff on the bench to pinch hit.
IKF Fields fires. Run away, getting Lindor. There has been an electric feel throughout the night here in this ballpark. Both fan bases intimately involved with every single pitch. Yankees 2 outs away from nailing down the victory, and this would be the first time the Yankees have had back-to-back wins in August. Here's Alonso. A lot less pressure with Lindor out.
Yes.
One and 0.
It's a big deal for the Yankees too, facing Max Scherzer. The Yankees' offensive struggles are well noted over the last month, but to be able to come out tonight and solve Scherzer is a big deal for the Yankees in their lineup.
One and 1.
And with all the injuries to the bullpen, Jonathan Loaizaga is an integral part of this bullpen that Aaron Boone knows he needs to get going. If he can come anywhere close to the form that he had last year, it's going to be a really important piece for that guy right there to use in these situations.
Fly ball. Shallow center coming on Judge. Yankees are an out away. So here's the Met offense tonight. Daniel Vogelbach, a 2-run home run in the 7th, following a drop pop-up in shallow right field by Oswaldo Cabrera. An E4 would have been the second out. And then the home run by Vogelbach. That's the last batter faced by the starter Domingo Germán, who pitched very well. One more out to go. .100 miles an hour, missed low, 1-0. Many in the crowd standing. Strike, 1-1. Mets looking for their 80th win of the year. Yankees looking for their 75th. The 1-1. Served the other way. Foul ball. 1 strike away.
Loizaga looks good. His fastball's alive. Threw a really good slider to get out Pete Alonso as well.
The 1-2 upstairs. Change up. 2-2.
A little late with this observation, but I'm a little surprised that Esteban Florial's not in this game in center field and Judge in right. Aaron Boone choosing to stay with Marwin Gonzalez at right field. He's an excellent center fielder, Florial.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 9th inning. Yankees lead 4-2. Strike 3. Ball game, and the Yankees win 4-2. A taut, well-played ball game, and the Yankees hold off the red-hot Mets and win this one 4-2 to take the first game of the second part of the Subway Series.
Well, a big feel-good win for the Yankees after all the frustration that we've seen over the last 2 or 3 weeks. That Aaron Judge comes out after 9 games without hitting a homer, hits one off of Max Scherzer. Whole different look to this team tonight. Benintendi getting it going. Loizaga closing it down. Next man up.
On paper, looked like a mismatch. The Yankees said, not so quick. They scored 4 off of Scherzer. Then they held off the Mets to win this one 4-2. We'll be back, wrap things up.